Nico Hülkenberg was born on August 19, 1987, in the small town of Emmerich am Rhein, Germany. Growing up in a modest but supportive family, Nico's childhood was shaped by the values of hard work and discipline, instilled by his father, Klaus-Dieter Hülkenberg. As the owner of a successful freight and logistics company, Klaus-Dieter was a self-made businessman who passed on his relentless work ethic to Nico. Though his father had no background in motorsport, he recognized Nico's passion for racing early on and supported him wholeheartedly. Nico's introduction to motorsport came when his father took him to a local karting track as a child. From the moment he sat behind the wheel of a kart, it was clear he had a natural talent. Karting quickly became a weekend ritual for father and son, and Klaus-Dieter made sure Nico had everything he needed to pursue his passion. Despite the financial strain of karting, Nico's father, using his business acumen, managed to support his son's racing career, providing a crucial foundation. Klaus-Dieter's approach to life, focused on discipline, precision, and perseverance, greatly influenced Nico's attitude toward racing. He taught his son that success required not just raw talent, but focus and mental strength. Nico absorbed these lessons, developing a methodical approach to racing, which would serve him well throughout his career. His mother, on the other hand, offered emotional balance, keeping him grounded through both the highs and lows of competitive racing. By his early teens, Nico's talent in karting had earned him several regional championships, propelling him into the spotlight as one of Germany's brightest young racing prospects. His father took on the role of managing Nico's career, helping him transition from karting into single-seater racing. Although motorsport can be financially demanding, Klaus-Dieter's business success allowed Nico to pursue his ambitions without needing early sponsorship. Growing up in Germany during Michael Schumacher's dominance in Formula One also played a significant role in shaping Nico's dreams. Schumacher, a national hero, inspired many young racers, and Nico was no exception. His idol's success fueled his own aspirations to reach Formula One, though his journey would be uniquely his own, shaped by the strong foundation his family provided. Nico's upbringing was marked by an unwavering commitment from his parents, particularly his father. They nurtured not only his racing skills but also his mindset, teaching him resilience, patience, and a pragmatic approach to challenges. These early lessons became central to Nico's development, helping him navigate the demanding world of motorsport as he embarked on a career filled with both triumphs and setbacks. Nico Hülkenberg was born on August 19, 1987, in Emmerich am Rhein, a quiet town on the German-Dutch border, known for its picturesque views of the Rhine River. Growing up in this modest, close-knit community, Nico was far removed from the high-octane world of Formula One. Yet, even as a young boy, he showed signs that his future would be anything but ordinary. Nico's first interactions with motorsport were not glamorous or high-tech. His fascination with cars started in the most simple and natural way, watching them zip by on the roads and racing toy cars around his home. His love for speed was evident early on, but it was his father, Klaus-Dieter Hülkenberg, who introduced him to the world of karting, where Nico's passion truly took root. Klaus-Dieter, a successful business owner, was not involved in racing himself but recognized his son's growing obsession with motorsport. When Nico was just 7 years old, his father took him to a local karting track, a moment that would change the trajectory of his life. Nico's first time behind the wheel of a go-kart was exhilarating. Despite his small frame, he took to karting immediately, displaying a natural feel for speed, control, and competition. Karting quickly became his weekend escape, a world where he could channel his energy and ambition. The young boy who once raced toy cars was now hooked on the thrill of real racing. He spent countless hours at the track with his father, fine-tuning his driving skills and soaking in the atmosphere of competitive motorsport. At first, karting was more fun than serious ambition for Nico, but as he started to improve, it became clear he had a special talent. His speed and precision were undeniable, and soon he began competing in local karting events. The adrenaline rush of racing, the battle to outpace his competitors, and the desire to constantly push himself to go faster became an obsession. While many boys his age were focused on school or hobbies, Nico was fixated on racing, dreaming of the day when he could race on the world's biggest stages, even if those dreams were still distant and undefined. Despite the joy of karting, the early years were not without challenges. Motorsport is expensive, and even at the karting level, costs can mount quickly. However, Nico was fortunate to have the unwavering support of his father, who not only financed his early career but also took on the role of his manager. Klaus Dieter's background in business taught Nico the importance of discipline and focus, and together, they approached Nico's budding racing career with a balance of passion and pragmatism. As Nico continued to race, his competitive edge sharpened. He began winning local karting championships, and it was clear that his natural talent, combined with his growing work ethic, was setting him apart from his peers. Karting was the perfect training ground for the young Hülkenberg. It taught him the fundamentals of racing, from strategy to overtaking to handling the pressure of competition. But more than that, it planted the seed of a dream that would soon grow into a career ambition, to become a professional racing driver. By his early teens, Nico had outgrown the local karting scene, and the dream of racing professionally began to feel more tangible. Yet, as he moved up the ranks, from local karting competitions to more advanced levels of racing, Nico was unaware of the immense challenges that lay ahead. For now, he was just a boy obsessed with the thrill of racing, blissfully unaware that this love for speed would one day lead him to the world of Formula One, where the stakes would be higher, the competition fiercer, and the road to success far more treacherous. Nico Hülkenberg's rise through the junior categories was nothing short of meteoric, driven by a blend of raw talent, discipline, and relentless determination. After dominating the karting scene in Germany during his early years, Nico made the leap into single-seater racing, where he would begin to carve out a reputation as one of the most promising young drivers in motorsport. In 2005, at the age of 18, Nico transitioned from karting to the Formula BMW ADAC Series, a stepping stone for many aspiring Formula One drivers. Despite the jump in competition, Nico adapted quickly, showcasing his natural speed and racing intelligence. In his debut season, he won the championship with 8 victories, marking him as a rising star. His dominance in Formula BMW put him on the radar of the motorsport world, and it was clear that he was destined for greater challenges. In 2006, Nico continued his ascent by moving to the A1 Grand Prix Series, where he represented Team Germany. It was here that his international reputation began to take shape. Leading Team Germany to victory in the 2006 to 2007 season, Nico demonstrated his ability to perform under pressure and handle a variety of circuits around the world. His aggressive, yet controlled driving style caught the attention of teams beyond Germany, and his performances solidified his status as a future star. The next major step in Nico's career came in 2007 when he entered the fiercely competitive Formula 3 Euro Series. Racing for ASM, one of the top teams, Nico faced off against some of the best young talents in Europe. After a year of gaining experience, he returned in 2008 with newfound confidence, winning the championship with 7 victories. This triumph was a defining moment in Nico's career, as it established him as one of the most talented young drivers in the world. Winning Formula 3 Euro Series, a proving ground for future Formula One drivers, marked him as a serious contender for a seat in Formula One. However, the true turning point in Nico's career came in GP2, the highly competitive series often seen as the final step before Formula One. In 2009, Nico joined Art Grand Prix and quickly made his mark. His adaptability and pace were on full display as he not only competed with seasoned drivers but dominated the series. Nico won the GP2 championship in his rookie season, a feat that immediately caught the attention of Formula One teams. His ability to handle the pressure of GP2, a series notorious for preparing drivers for the rigors of F1, made him a prime candidate for a future F1 seat. One of the defining moments of his GP2 campaign was his victory in the feature race at the Nürburgring, his home race, where he showcased his racing IQ by mastering tricky conditions and delivering a flawless performance. That win, along with his consistency throughout the season, set him apart from his competitors and made it clear he was ready for the next level. By the end of 2009, Nico's impressive performances across multiple junior categories had made him one of the most sought-after young talents in motorsport. Williams, a legendary team in Formula One, took notice and signed him as a race driver for the 2010 season. Nico's rapid rise from karting to GP2 champion had been swift, but it was his consistency, mental strength, and ability to learn quickly that positioned him as a future Formula One star. Nico's journey through the junior categories was defined by key victories, championship titles, and a growing reputation for being one of the most complete drivers of his generation. His triumphs in Formula BMW, Formula 3, and GP2 had paved the way for his entry into Formula One, where he would soon begin to test himself against the best in the world. Nico Hülkenberg's Formula One career began with immense promise when he made his debut for Williams in 2010. Coming off the back of his GP2 championship win, Nico was seen as one of the most exciting young talents on the grid. His rookie season with Williams was filled with moments that showcased his potential, but it was his stunning pole position at the Brazilian Grand Prix that would become the defining highlight of his early career. At the Interlagos circuit, in changing weather conditions that often separate the great drivers from the rest, Nico put in a remarkable qualifying performance. As the rain fell, the track became treacherous, but Nico adapted brilliantly, finding grip and pace that no one else could match. He not only secured his first career pole but did so by a significant margin, leaving seasoned veterans like Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton in his wake. It was an unexpected moment of brilliance that showed the world his raw talent. However, despite starting on pole, Nico wasn't able to convert the position into a podium, finishing the race in 8th place. That race in Brazil became emblematic of Nico's career, flashes of brilliance, but without the results to match. While his talent was never in question, the podiums and wins that seemed inevitable always remained just out of reach. After his rookie season, Williams decided to drop Nico in favor of a driver with more financial backing, a frustrating reminder of how the business side of Formula One often impacts talented drivers. In 2011, Nico took on a reserve driver role with Force India, sitting out the season as he waited for a chance to return to the grid. The following year, in 2012, he was promoted to a full-time seat, and once again, his performances showed promise. His ability to extract the maximum from midfield cars became his trademark. Throughout his time at Force India, and later at Sauber, Nico consistently put in strong drives, often outperforming his machinery. One of the most painful near misses came at the 2012 Brazilian Grand Prix, a race that once again saw him leading in challenging conditions. For a moment, it looked like Nico might finally secure his first win, but a collision with Lewis Hamilton dashed his hopes. That race, like many others in his career, ended in frustration, with Nico finishing 5th after leading much of the race. Despite these setbacks, Nico's resilience was remarkable. He was repeatedly linked with top teams like Ferrari, but the calls never came. Year after year, he found himself in strong midfield teams, delivering consistent performances but without the breakthrough opportunities that top-tier drivers enjoyed. His ability to handle disappointment with grace earned him respect across the paddock, but it also fueled his frustration as he watched younger drivers leapfrog him into championship contending seats. Another notable moment in his career came when he joined Renault in 2017. This move was seen as a fresh start, with the French manufacturer looking to return to the front of the grid. Nico performed well, consistently scoring points and becoming the team's leader. However, Renault's struggles to develop a race-winning car meant that Nico once again found himself battling in the midfield. Despite his best efforts, he could not secure the podium that had eluded him throughout his career. Nico's career was defined by his uncanny ability to remain optimistic, even when the results did not reflect his talent. He was a driver who consistently delivered, known for his technical feedback, racekraft, and ability to maximize every opportunity. Yet, the podiums never came. His record for the most F1 starts without a podium is a statistic that belies the depth of his skill and determination. Despite being overlooked for top teams and enduring countless near misses, Nico Hülkenberg's resilience has been the cornerstone of his career. Though he never stood on the podium, his journey through Formula One remains a testament to the highs and lows that come with the sport and how perseverance can define a career, even when victories remain elusive. Though Nico Hülkenberg's Formula One career is often marked by the statistic of never securing a podium, there have been several standout performances that silenced critics and showcased his immense talent. One of the most iconic moments in his career came in the 2010 Brazilian Grand Prix, where Nico achieved an unexpected and stunning pole position in his rookie season with Williams. It was a performance that captured his natural ability, racing intelligence, and mastery of difficult conditions, qualities that would define him throughout his career. At the rain-soaked Interlagos circuit, Hülkenberg delivered one of the most remarkable laps of the season. In the final session of qualifying, as the track transitioned between wet and dry, Nico's ability to find grip and extract performance from his car was nothing short of masterful. While other, more experienced drivers struggled to adapt to the changing conditions, Nico pieced together a near-perfect lap, securing pole position by over a second ahead of seasoned drivers like Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. It was a shocking result for a rookie in a midfield car, and it was the first and only pole of his career. This achievement in Brazil not only displayed Nico's raw pace, but also his calmness under pressure and ability to capitalize on unpredictable conditions, traits that set him apart from many drivers on the grid. Although he couldn't convert the pole into a podium finish during the race, it was a clear message to the paddock that Hülkenberg was a force to be reckoned with. His performance in Brazil was more than a flash of brilliance. It was a statement that he had the skill and composure to deliver when the opportunity arose. Another key race that encapsulated Hülkenberg's talent came in the 2012 Brazilian Grand Prix. Driving for Force India, Nico found himself in a position to potentially win the race, once again excelling in wet conditions. He made bold overtakes and led the race for 30 laps, fending off pressure from more established drivers and faster cars. Unfortunately, a collision with Lewis Hamilton, which both drivers later agreed was a racing incident, dashed his hopes for victory. Despite finishing fifth, Nico's ability to lead a race from a midfield car in such challenging conditions was a clear demonstration of his racecraft and strategic thinking. Throughout his career, Nico became known for extracting the maximum from the cars at his disposal, often outperforming his machinery. His drives for Force India and later Renault were filled with examples of his consistency and technical feedback, which helped his teams improve their cars. One of the best examples of his skill was the 2016 Monaco Grand Prix, where Nico finished sixth in a Force India, a car that wasn't expected to perform well on the tight, unforgiving streets of Monaco. His controlled aggression and ability to avoid mistakes in one of the most difficult races on the calendar highlighted his precision and racing IQ. Nico Hülkenberg's career may be remembered for the podiums that never came, but his standout performances, whether taking pole in Brazil or leading races in wet conditions, showed the world his immense talent. He possessed an ability to shine in difficult circumstances, often outperforming more powerful cars and proving himself to be one of the most skilled drivers of his generation. His career is a testament to the fact that in Formula One, talent and skill do not always guarantee results, but they can leave a lasting impression. Nico Hülkenberg's return to Formula One with Haas in 2023 marked a new chapter in a career defined by resilience, skill, and adaptability. After several years away from full-time racing, where he served as a reliable super sub for teams needing a last-minute driver, Nico's comeback brought with it a sense of unfinished business. While he still carries the weight of the infamous statistic, being the driver with the most race starts without a podium, his return to F1 was less about redemption and more about continuing to showcase his enduring talent in one of the most competitive environments in motorsport. At Haas, a team that has often fought at the back of the grid, Nico's experience and technical expertise were highly valued. His ability to provide clear, insightful feedback on car development, a trait he honed in his years with teams like Force India, Renault, and Williams, became crucial as Haas looked to improve its competitiveness. While podiums may still be elusive, Nico's consistent performances and leadership within the team continue to cement his legacy as a dependable and skilled driver who could be counted on to extract the most from any machinery he was given. Nico's future in Formula One is likely to continue along this trajectory of being a steady hand in the midfield. While a move to a top team seems unlikely at this stage in his career, his role at Haas represents a new opportunity to elevate a team that has struggled in recent seasons. His return to the grid has brought an air of professionalism to Haas, and he has often been seen as a mentor figure for younger drivers, showcasing the importance of patience, hard work, and technical knowledge in the sport. Though his name may not be synonymous with race wins or championships, Nico's value lies in his consistency and ability to perform in difficult circumstances, qualities that have earned him respect across the paddock. Reflecting on Nico's legacy, it is clear that he has left a lasting impact on Formula One, even without the elusive podium. His journey serves as a reminder that talent in motorsport is not always defined by the number of trophies won. Nico's career has been about perseverance in the face of setbacks and finding ways to remain competitive despite not always having the best equipment. His famous pole position in Brazil 2010, his near victories in chaotic races, and his ability to regularly outperform the expectations of his teams have solidified his reputation as one of the most reliable drivers of his era. For future racers, Nico Hülkenberg's story is one of endurance and determination. His career trajectory, marked by multiple team changes, missed opportunities with top teams, and the challenge of constantly proving his worth, reflects the harsh realities of Formula One. Yet, despite these hurdles, he never lost his passion for racing or his professionalism. Young drivers can look to Nico as an example of how to maintain longevity in a sport where competition is fierce and opportunities are scarce. His ability to bounce back from disappointment, such as being overlooked by Ferrari or enduring seasons without podiums, speaks to his mental toughness, a critical trait for anyone aspiring to succeed in motorsport. Ultimately, Nico Hülkenberg's legacy in Formula One is that of a highly skilled, adaptable, and resilient driver who, despite the lack of podium finishes, has earned a place of respect in the sport. His long career, filled with standout performances and moments of brilliance, demonstrates that success in Formula One is not solely measured by victories but by the impact a driver can have on the teams they race for, the engineers they work with, and the fans they inspire. Even without the podiums, Nico's influence on Formula One is undeniable, and his story will continue to inspire future generations of drivers looking to make their mark in the world of racing.